You
Yeah,
on it, maybe like Sonic car. He didn't want to get touched.
I
Leggy.
don't know Sonic. I
Just
don't
shut
know.
up.
I don't know a guy called Sonic. I don't know, bro. I didn't play that as as a kid. I don't know, bro. I really. Oh no! Oh, I shouldn't say this.
Yes.
I'm streaming.
Stream.
I'm live. I should not say this. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear your voice, man. Wait, how'd I turn off sound?
Uh.
That's kind of easy still.
Ugh, my voice is dead. My voice is so dead.
Your laugh is so. Oh.
Yeah, you stink. You fucking ugly fucking chameleon.
Go mark him.
My aim is so bad, and I had no mats. Okay. If I see
that?
you. Yep. Yep. I thought this guy was chill because it
Yo,
didn't take.
Paul,
I can't.
how'd
It's
you
not
die?
loading.
I was standing still because I thought I had mats, so just
Yeah,
chill.
get mats then.
Shut up, you bot. Butterfly kid.
Get mats then.
Oh, that guy. I like that pickaxe.
What's wrong, River?
Say nothing, PF. You get me? Mom's life. This Edmonton, E1 said this is you're gonna hear about.
The man know with Matt's comedy.
Zyvik said you ate in Storm Surge Customs. Yo, Zyvik, sharp, you stink.
Piam, 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 papanazo. Piam, piam, papanazo. Meow. Let me touch it up. Max. Comedy.
Why am I?
And
A man said I just connected. I just connected the Mike's Comedy's video to what do you call it? To TV. No, not even Mike's
no.
Comedy. The PS video. Also, man, you do the shuffle every Saturdays. No, I do the candy. You're already up. Dun 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 dun. I can't see it. I typed out Mike's Comedy Bando. Oh.
Beef down south, bro. I will bear beef down south. I don't care about your beef. Say nothing, PF. You get me? Mom's life. Edmonton, E1 said this is you're gonna hear about. I'm proud of you. You're gonna hear about.
You, alright, do you think PS is gonna retaliate to North London, bruv? Yo, Rakib. Rakib, please don't tell me I'm talking to myself. You can hear me as well. See a four-door car, and you work for Quick Fix Dickhead.
I got beef down south, bro. I got beef.
Oh, boy, you don't risk it. Risk it. You man, say it's four-door car. And he's under the wing like he works for Quick Fit Dickhead.
I got beef down south, bro. I got bare beef down south. I don't care about you saying that in here. Get me. Mom's like, this Edmonton, E1 said this is gonna hear about it. You're gonna hear about it. Even she's like, I see she's like making cheese. This guy on me, it was me. I was a throwback. It ain't true. I got beef down south. I got bare beef down south. Mom's like, Edmonton, E1 said this is gonna hear about it. You're gonna hear about it. Even she's like, I see she's like making cheese. She's like making cheesy snaps as well. She's like posting cheesy snaps. Man, what do you mean moving mad, bro? You're coming to a hood.
Oh, the man. And the sticky one still. Thank you, Mom.
I went Jonesy shotguns lost, came back out on this team again. Let me ask you a question. How did you feel when Chingo went? Togo know it's us, cause she was knowing them. Shut up, man. Fucking muppet. Yes, honestly, I don't care about all of this. I got beef down south, bro. I got bare beef down south. I don't care about your beef. Say that in PS. You get me? Mum's life is Edmonton, E1, you're gonna hear about it. Even Trizak, I see Trizak making Trizak's making cheeky snaps as well. What's Trizak for? Bro, you're coming to our hood. Do you see? Come to the daily snaps, bro. Come PSG. Come. Come PSG. I bet come to two games. Do you fuck with this? Come PSG. I bet come to two games. Do you fuck with this? But then you fuck with come PSG. But then you fuck with this. You fuck with but then you fuck with this. You fuck with now. You fuck come PSG. I bet. Come PSG. I bet come to two games. One two games. One time. Do you fuck with this? But then you fuck with this. You fuck with now. Come. But then you fuck with dinners. You fuck off from now. You fuck. Come PSG.
Confused, cuz. Oh. Hmm? Hmm? No. Opening doors, tuning his hand in shops. Maybe like on a car, you don't want to get touched. Martin Northern Station. Grace, YNW really might get death penalty. Do you care? Do you listen to him? Stop nodding your head. Don't talk like that. Shut up. Nah, like, what's it called? Thing. Uh, the sim people, like the people that were like the sim people in YNW Melison. It's all that he killed his friends time ago, no, like hours before, innit? And after he circled around, like he put them in a boot, put them in a boot, started circling around like bear for like hours, and after he faked it and that. And there's CCTV footage of him with blood all over him, something like that. Yeah, they were friends. They were both YNW. In one of his songs, he says, "Show me my opponent, I bet I'll defeat him." And after Donnie's right next to him.
Don't start your shit. Don't start your shit. You bang it up. Don't start. You bang it off like that. Screaming free the gang. Free the gang. Free the gang. Free the gang. Gang. Stop screaming free the gang. Free the gang. God. Who's that? AG. Brody. Hold carbine for Brody. Go right off now. Brody. Hold carbine for Brody.
So, the link.
Zavik is an idiot.
If the impact with the ocean had been
Did you not see what he commented?
it was possible the resulting sound had been recorded by underwater
Oh, you
listening
saw.
devices known as hydrophones. This possibility was investigated, and 4
He-
hydroacoustic monitoring stations
Oh yeah,
had
that's it.
recorded something. All likelihood caused by nothing more than geological activity. Flight 370 was also equipped with 2 underwater locator beacons which had a battery life of some 40 days. And as the deadline approached in early April, signals with a pulse and frequency somewhat similar to the signal emitted by the beacons were detected at depths of up to 3,000 meters. An autonomous submersible then spent weeks scanning the seafloor where the signals had been detected, but no wreckage was ever found. And nothing would be found until more than 16 months later, when a discovery was made on the opposite side of the Indian Ocean. On the 29th of July 2015, a group of people were cleaning up a beach in Reunion, a small island to the east of Madagascar, when they stumbled upon this 2-meter-long metallic object covered in barnacles. Aviation experts quickly identified the object as a section of an aircraft wing known as a flaperon. Upon closer inspection, internal markings including dates and serial numbers conclusively ascertained the flaperon belonged to Flight 370. Even though Reunion Island is some 4,000 kilometers west of the search area, and more than a year had gone by since the flight disappeared, the location was consistent with simulations of debris dispersal patterns. There was now tangible evidence that Flight 370 had crashed somewhere in the Indian Ocean. The discovery of the flaperon prompted numerous searches along beaches and shorelines of southeastern Africa, and at least 31 additional items of interest have since been recovered and examined. Some of these items include a section of the outboard flap from the right wing, a piece of cowling from one of the 2 engines, a partial door from the nose landing gear, a section of the vertical stabilizer, and a section of the vertical stabilizer, and a mangled casing from one of the embedded headrest monitors. 18 of these items were identified as either likely, highly likely, or almost certain to have originated from Flight 370, whereas only 3 could be confirmed. The remaining 11 could not be identified. There were no traces of an explosion found on any of the debris tested, nor was there any evidence of a fire except for 3 small burn marks on one of the unidentifiable items. The search for debris was further aided by Earth observation satellites. Analyses of satellite imagery from March of 2014 uncovered a number of images which appear to feature man-made objects floating on or just below the surface in the southern Indian Ocean. However, the images were not nearly sharp enough to resolve any identifiable markings, and multiple searches notwithstanding, this debris was never recovered. A satellite image taken mere hours after the final transmission also captured what appeared to be a contrail some distance away from the search area. A later analysis, however, concluded it was most likely a shadow from a somewhat linear cloud formation.
Damn.
The underwater portion of the search continued for months and eventually years before it was finally suspended in early 2017, by which point some 120,000 square kilometers of seabed had been scrutinized. The search effort was then resumed by an American salvage company known as Ocean Infinity, but after more than a year of searching, they too came empty-handed. Unless the final resting place of Flight 370 can be located, it may be impossible to determine exactly why it crashed. Nevertheless, there have been no shortage of theories. On the day of the disappearance, 2 of the passengers raised suspicion as they had boarded the flight with stolen passports, which immediately prompted concerns of a hijacking. But investigators were unable to link the 2 men to any terrorist organizations, and soon determined they had traveled under false identities because they were seeking asylum, not due to any nefarious intent. Similar suspicions were raised on one of the passengers who were identified as a flight engineer, who might have possessed the necessary expertise to take control of a Boeing 777. Apart from the 239 persons on board, Flight 370 carried nearly 11 metric tons of cargo. Among the items listed on the flight manifest was a shipment of lithium-ion batteries, which led some to suspect a fire might have broken out mid-flight. For instance, the crash of UPS Airlines Flight 6 in September of 2010 was the result of a fire that was ignited by a pallet of lithium-ion batteries. Another potential source of ignition would be an electrical malfunction. The crash of Swiss Air Flight 111 in September of 1998 is thought to have been caused by a fire within the electrical wiring above the cockpit. The fire damaged and disabled multiple avionics systems, including the transponders and SATCOM. In the case of Flight 370, the sudden loss of communication and subsequent deviation from its scheduled flight path might have been a direct response to a fire. The 2 pilots may have turned back towards Malaysia to attempt an emergency landing at the nearest suitable airport. But no such attempt was ever made. Instead, Flight 370 kept going and remained aloft for another 6 hours.
Can I invite you
Some have
to a party?
theorized the crew might have been incapacitated by a sudden or gradual
Hello?
loss of
Huh?
cabin pressure. For instance, when
Did that
Helios
B&M
Airways
H6 guy invite you to a party?
failed to
No.
pressurize in August
Oh, wait.
2005,
I don't have him in my friend list.
He fell unconscious, yet the aircraft continued to fly on autopilot for more than 2 hours until it ran out of fuel. Airline pilots are of course trained for such an event. In the event of until it ran out of fuel. Airline pilots fly on autopilot for more than 2 hours until it ran out of fuel. Airline pilots are of course trained for such an event. In the event of cabin depressurization, an automatic system is designed to deploy oxygen masks to give the pilots enough time to perform an emergency descent to a more breathable altitude. The data recorded by the Malaysian military radar does indeed contain altitude information, but it is highly inconsistent. In fact, the Boeing 777 is incapable of performing the extreme altitude fluctuations recorded. At one point, the aircraft exceeded its maximum operating altitude by more than 15,000 feet before making a 50,000 feet nosedive in less than a minute. Attempts to recreate these maneuvers on a flight simulator were unsuccessful, and thus the data was deemed inaccurate and unreliable. If Flight 370 did lose cabin pressure at 35,000 feet, and the pilots were incapacitated before descending to a more oxygenated altitude, it might explain why the aircraft remained aloft for as long as it did. What is a bit more difficult to explain, however, are these alterations in heading. Flight simulations have established the aircraft must have been under manual control during the initial left turn, as the bank angle or inclination of that turn was beyond the limits of the autopilot. Subsequent turns, however, could